now.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to Municipality of Tweed Committee of Planning and Adjustment. The first order of business of our meeting today, September 26th, will be land acknowledgement. The municipality of Tweed recognizes that our work takes place on traditional Indigenous and territories, including the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee peoples. We recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples whose presence continues to enrich our communities. We'll start with introductions with the staff.
Lucas Wales, Deputy Clerk, Zoning Administrator.
Laurie Crowlin, clerk.
Peter Valiquette, council.
Phyllis Savoy.
Jack Robinson. Tim Peterson.
And we'll note that on the paper minutes, Roxanne Bailey, but we'll address that later in the meeting. Okay, so we have approval of the agenda, which was distributed to the committee members. We have a mover and a seconder, moved by Jim, seconded by Peter. All those in favor, the agenda is set. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest or general natures thereof for the files before the committee? There's none. Adoption of the minutes from the last meeting, which were also included in the package from the meeting dated August 29th, mover and a second, moved by Jack, seconded by Jim. Errors, omissions, issues arising from the minutes. Lucas, anything? Okay. All those in favor? Minutes are carried. Okay, first order of business is the severance application included in the package, the severance application B5725. The applicant Neil Brook. The location is 970 French Settlement Road. The proposal of the application is to create a non-farm rural residential parcel with approximately 58.37 meters of frontage on French Settlement Road and approximately 1.45 hectares in area. The total area of the property is approximately 74.25 hectares in area, with approximately 509.47 meters of frontage on French Settlement Road. Proposed retained lands will be 72.8 hectares with 451 meters of frontage on French Settlement Road. We have a mover and a seconder to put the application forward for discussion, moved by Jack, seconded by Jim. Comments, issues from committee members, anything come up in the review of the property? None? Jim?
No, I can buy it. I know the property. It seems like a reasonable.
Peter? Okay. So with the application, the proposal would be that we would recommend to council that they grant consent for severance application B5725 with the following conditions. All realty taxes are paid in full. Parkland fee is paid in the amount of $750 for the new lot. Road widening as required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of the traveled roadway, French Settlement Road. Public Works Supervisor is satisfied with the safe site entrance on the severed lot with roadside ditching and drainage, and that the rezoning from rural RU to rural residential RR take place. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? The application will move forward to council for the next meeting.
Good question. October.
14th.
The next meeting in
14th.
October.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll contact the applicant. Okay. Severance application B5225 and B5925. The applicant Steve Nicholson. Location of the property is 5261 Highway 37. The owner is proposing to subdivide approximately 16.54 hectare parcel of land in order to create two new non-farm residential parcels. The existing property is an irregular shaped parcel with approximately 167.9 meters of frontage on Highway 37 and 513.4 meters of frontage on Mariset Road. Proposed severed lot A is an irregular shaped parcel of land with approximately 113.1 meters of frontage on Mariset Road and 4.15 hectares in area. Proposed severed lot B is an irregular shaped parcel of land with approximately 136 meters of frontage on Mariset Road and 2.02 hectares in area. The proposed retained parcel has approximately 264.3 meters of frontage on Mariset Road and 167.9 meters of frontage on Highway 37 and is approximately 10.37 hectares in area. Mover and a seconder to put the application forward for discussion. Peter, seconded by Jim. Comments from committee? None? Nobody?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So it would be resolved that Committee of Adjustment and Planning recommend to council that they grant consent for severance applications B 5825 and B 5925 with the following conditions. All realty taxes are paid in full. Parkland fee is paid the amount of $750 for each new lot. Road widening as required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of the traveled roadway being Marisette Road. Public Works Supervisor is satisfied with safe site entrance on the severed lot with roadside ditching and drainage and the rezoning from rural RU to rural residential RR. All those in favor? It's carried. We'll go forward to council at the next meeting. Okay. Okay. This would be severance application V 7025. Applicants Eric Brinson and Sarah Preston, the agent Taylor DeRuiter from PA and PA Miller Surveying. Are they joining us?
No, no one online.
Okay, the location is 103 Brinson Road. The subject property is approximately 13 hectares in the area. The property has approximately 180 meters of frontage on Brinson Road, a year-round maintained public road. The applicant is proposing to create one new 0.8 hectare lot with 90 meters of frontage that is built out with the existing dwelling and the accessory buildings. The proposed retained lot will be approximately 12.3 hectares in area and have approximately 90 meters of frontage on Brinson Road. The retained lot is currently vacant with no current plans for further development. Mover and seconder, Jack, seconded by Peter. Committee members, discussions, questions, comments?
Just to clarify, is there a house on that portion, that severed land? There's an existing house there, right?
Yeah,
I didn't go by that one.
and there's two buildings, I think. Jack?
Never heard of it.
Okay. So be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment and Planning recommend that council grant consent for severance application B 7025 with the following conditions. All realty taxes are paid in full. Parkland fee is in the amount of $750 for the new lot. Road widening as required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of the traveled roadway being Brinson Road. Public Works Supervisor is satisfied with safe site entrance on the severed lot and with roadside ditching and drainage. Rezoning from RU to rural residential RR. All those in favor? Motion moves forward to council. Okay. So that will conclude the regular business, and we'll now call to order the public planning meeting for application ZA 1625, applicant Grant Fitz. If you'd like to, and then just push that button, we'll get the business on the table, and then if you'd like to speak to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no one joining in on that one either?
No one online.
Okay, is there any comments from neighbors? Nothing?
The only comments are from Quinny Conservation.
Okay, so the applicant Grant Fitz, the location of the property is 220 Cottage Lane. The purpose and effect of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment is to amend the zoning of a 2.3 acre lot, the subject land zone limited service residential special exemption 12, recognizes the deficient frontage as existing of the date of the passing of the comprehensive zoning bylaw 2012-30. The amendment under ZA 1625 will permit the development of a second dwelling unit and permit development within 21 meters of the high water mark of the Moira River. The zoning amendment. I've lost the page here. Will provide the appropriate zoning for the size and proposed use of the parcel. The only people attending to speak is Mr. Fitz, the applicants. There were no written comments, and Queen Conservation has no objection to the application. Could we put this forward for discussion? Moved by Jim, seconded by Peter. Okay. Mr. Fitz, would you like to address your application?
Sure. The original property purchased years ago had a 200 front and a 100 deep. And it upriver from me is all in the floodplain. And downriver from me is pretty much up out of the floodplain. I'm in the middle of this, and the current building that I have is half in the floodplain, you know, as it goes up to the back half out. So there's no place to do any toilet to septic stuff. So I've purchased lands adjacent to me. to have enough space and, Conservation Authority and Hydro have approved the septic design. And they've seen all the setbacks and everything, so I wanna put a second dwelling there with a septic.
Okay, comments, questions from committee members?
No.
Anything
I
else?
read it.
Peter?
Just kind of looking at the map, and I did read. As far as anybody else having access, what you're planning on doing, does it take away the right of way or?
No, I'm at the end, so
You're at
to
the-
get there now,
Yeah.
you have to go all the way around the back, so I would be I'm the last
Last
person.
one, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not interfering with
Fair
any, I'm not changing any access. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's not the goal, it's.
No. Yeah, just, thank you.
Anybody, anything else? Nothing?
No.
Okay, so before the committee then is, the application has been moved and seconded. The motion from the committee would be it resolved that Committee of Adjustment and Planning recommend that council approve the zoning amendment ZA 1625. For the reasons have been submitted and addressed through Cooney Conservation and the appropriate drawings. All those in favor? Is carried. Okay, so Lucas, do you wanna? Or do you wanna wait and get in touch with them later?
Yeah, we could talk after that.
Okay, and then he'll tell you all the next steps.
Yeah.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to also thank Lucas for all the help he's been over the years to get me this far.
Well, and good submission with your drawings made it much easier to understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thanks so much.
weekend. Okay, last item of business for the planning committee is the resignation of Roxanne Bailey. So. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment and Planning accept the resignation of member Bailey. And further, Committee of Adjustment recommended council. I don't know that we can proceed with that, so I think we just need to accept the application and then go from there.
Yeah, so I'm just looking for some direction from the committee on thoughts. Phyllis and I have had a discussion about continuing on with our committee of adjustment is now at 3 members. We have our chair, member Robinson, member Peterson. Just wondering, so that's at our quorum level. We have a vacancy. Is that what the committee wishes to continue until the end of the term of council next year? We need to let council know what the plans are, I guess, for the committee of adjustment moving forward.
Jim, go ahead.
I think just having 3, it would be nice to have 1 additional person, and even if someone couldn't be here, so that we can at least move things forward. And I'd suggest maybe going back to the applications from the last time to see if there's any other people who were interested at the time that were rejected, and maybe start from there. But if we have to go forward with 3, that's fine too.
Do you have a list of those or no?
I'm sure they're here in the office
Okay.
somewhere. Gloria would have those filed somewhere else. They go on a hunt.
Yeah, okay. Jack,
No problem.
you're okay with it the way it is?
Yeah.
Moving forward, Peter?
Same.
Yeah, I'm of the same mind. I mean, in the case of an emergency, it would be nice to have a fallback, but if we have the commitment of the committee to attend the meetings. Or if something comes up, we have enough notice that we can actually suspend the committee and the meeting and then move to another date, then that works as well.
The logic behind me not sitting. On the.
For committee of adjustment?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think if specifically to the municipality of Tweed, it's just kind of been the way that it's been handled in the past. Certainly council members can be members of the committee of adjustment. I don't think it has been since amalgamation in the municipality of Tweed. These decisions are generally minor in nature. And I think it was determined at the time that there wasn't a need for council members to make minor decisions on tweaks to the zoning bylaw. I also believe the planning committee, Phyllis can help me out here, and the committee of adjustment were completely 2 separate committees at.
They were for years.
Without council representation. So along with the minor nature of the decisions and the history of how the committee structure was set up, it's just kind of carried forward throughout the years.
In the back of my mind, I'm just thinking that's kind of a solution. If I'm here, we're only looking at the last year, so potentially.
Would that require a change of bylaw for Peter to sit on committee of adjustment?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the legal part of it would be. I mean, if that's what council wants to, you know.
Unless there's somebody that you got on.
Yeah, I agree with what Lucas said. For years and years, I can remember they were so minor in nature. I can only remember one case where it was probably a good thing that we didn't have council representation because it got pretty misconstrued and then ended up having to become an issue for council. But maybe,
I was just thinking more of a stopgap.
yeah,
It
well,
would
I
be
think.
different if it was after the first year.
Yeah, well, I think the decision is out of council, so, but I think the information, the message can go back to council that we're okay with whatever you decide.
Is that the will of the committee then to just leave it to council to make the determination? Ultimately, they are anyway.
Yes, I see that as being, that would be our suggestion.
Okay,
Okay, all those in favor? Okay.
We didn't have a mover or something.
Sorry, it was Jim. I thought Jim and Peter, but I may have missed it. Okay, let's see. Maybe adjustment, this seems to have gone stray here. Okay, that concludes that.
If I can be excused, I
Yeah.
could be arrested.
I'm not bailing out.
Oh, keep your phones on, everybody.
No, sorry, I've only got no coin.
somebody should have
I
charged.
just need a credit card from what I understand.
No, it's tax day. I got the window. Okay, that will conclude that portion of the meeting. All right. So
Yeah,
that-
man.
enjoy your bread and water.
See you later. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so we'll call to order the committee of adjustment. All members are present. The minor variance application before us is minor variance A325, which is a recirculation. The applicant Christian Venturin, the location 731 Queensboro Road. The purpose of the application is provide relief from section 525.2 of the bylaw 2030 to allow for an accessory building in the front yard of approximately 25-foot setback from Queensboro Road. Were there any written comments? Lucas, nothing?
Quinty Conservation updated their comments with no.
To no objections, correct, okay. Anything from the committee that we need?
Yeah, I'd like to speak on it.
Go ahead.
Out in the rural areas, like the minimum setback for a house or anything is 50 feet. And I think if we cut this down to 25 feet, it's not a it's not a minor variance, but it's a major variance. And we'd be setting the precedent for other people down the road if we allow this. And I think the last meeting, we bent the rules a little bit and let Chris build within 50 feet of the road, but put a ways ahead of the housing. So I'm opposed to this.
Okay. Jim?
Can we let Chris present on this?
Sure.
I'm somewhat familiar with the
Do they,
subject.
okay,
I apologize for.
no, it's okay, could you go to the mic though, so if anyone's listening, thank you.
Yeah, first of all, I apologize for this submitting my application previously. I had another look at the property. It appears I'm gonna have to rotate the building in order to make it functional and be able to put back in trailers. So I'm gonna I definitely want, why I'm here is to reduce that 50 feet to 45. And I think it's a unique situation in that because of the topography of the site, there's bedrock right there at the road. And the reality is the closer it is to the bedrock, to the road, the less visible it is. And if I can show you a picture,
Yeah, go ahead.
that's the outside of my property. There's some logs.
Yeah. I go up there.
Pardon me.
I was up to your property.
Oh, where you at? Look, yeah.
Yeah.
50 feet on the road.
So that's my situation. I can't, so what happened since the last time I was here, I,
We bought a measuring tape.
well, no, I had the kind of measuring tape thing, the portable was kind of no way to do it accurately. But I recognize there's an outcrop further back. I did a bit more digging. And it's almost impossible the way I had it originally proposed for me to back a trailer, and it's just way too tight. It's just not enough room because of the existing sheds there. So I don't want to change the location so much as I want to tilt the building, move it, which then could encroach on that 50 feet. That's my position.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of think with the consideration of the geography and the remoteness of the location, I appreciate Jack, you know, 50 feet is a precedent, but I think, you know, given the geography, I would support the change.
We have time. So, I agree with both of you. I agree that this is no longer minor. But I also agree with the location, the topography, the situation with the geology of what's there. He doesn't have many options, and I'm willing to vote in support. And having said that, also reminding myself and the committee that we have to be very diligent and really look at these more carefully, because we can't set a precedent, although in this case, it's one that I think is necessary. So I'd vote in favor of it, which would leave us to a vote of 2-1. So be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment approve the minor variance application A325 to provide relief from section 5252 of bylaw 2012-30 to allow an accessory building in a front yard approximately 25-foot setback from Queensboro Road.
We need a move once.
So mover and a seconder, sorry, I thought, moved by Jim, seconded by me. Jack, suppose, and with no Jack's opposition. Okay. That will conclude the Committee of Adjustment. You'll get whatever information is coming. Lucas will be in touch with you to move that for me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Items for consideration of Committee of Adjustment.
No, I should have deleted that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it generally isn't, but I just wasn't sure. Staff updates, anything? There will probably be a meeting in October, you think, or it's hard to say right now.
Hard to say right now.
Okay.
Hard to say right now, yeah.
Okay, motion to adjourn? Jim, seconded by Jack. Gary. 7:23 or 4, something like, or 10.